What's up, guys? How's it going? It is Matt here. So this is going to be my redo of the You Are Not tactical video. I was having some issues with my video prior and some of the crap that was coming through the comments all hours of the night when I'm trying to sleep and all the other stuff. And on top of that, I have some more information that I want to throw in there. So, well, you know what? I figured I'm just going to do a whole nother video of this. So if you didn't read the disclaimer prior to this, I'll just make it clear right now. If you are offended by this video, I don't care. Suck it up, Buttercup. Because more than likely, I'm directly talking about you. So let's get started, shall we? You, my friend, are not tactical. You're stupid. There's a big difference between being tactical and being stupid. Being tactical is about using tactics, using training, using your brain under fire, under duress, in a bad situation, pushing towards the objective or defending your lives and getting home safely. That's what being tactical is about. Tactical is not about the clothing you wear. Being tactical is not about how you talk. Being tactical is not about the specific make, model, and gun, and holster, and knife, and gear, and all that other crap. That's not what being tactical is about. Being tactical is about surviving in a bad situation. Now, I'm specifically addressing this because I've seen a lot of YouTube videos that kind of tick me off, okay? They kind of tick me off because these people in these videos claim or act like they are tactical operators. They put tactical in the front of their name. Everything they say has tactical in it. Every gun they buy is a tactical model of the gun. Everything they do is tactical. Even the ammo that they use, they only buy it because it says tactical on it. I'm going to be addressing this topic. You know, I'm not specifically singling any specific one channel out. I'm kind of adding this into a bunch of different channels that I've watched over the years. So let me get started. So I started out one day, I was watching a video about a Sig Sauer P226. So I was looking at a couple reviews, just to whatever, and then I saw this one that looked like a good channel. It looked like a great channel to review. And then I noticed that the second they started the channel, it was a good picture, great quality video. They're pushing holsters, they're pushing all this other stuff. You know, obviously they have sponsors and stuff left and right. What they started to do is they'd start machine gunning the pistol at about 5 to 7 yards away so they could hit the target, because that's the tactical way of doing it. Because that's how it actually really happens in real life. And you have time to stand there and shoot like crazy and just kind of pepper spray an entire area where there could be people behind it and all that other stuff. But that's the tactical way of doing it. So they start out by machine gunning the pistol. The next thing they start doing is throwing that pistol in the snow. Now that's that channel. Now there's another channel that goes out there and they actually dump this stuff in the mud, or they'll bury the guns in the mud. Now I'm not just talking about the 226, I'm talking about other guns too. They'll bury their guns in the mud. They'll throw it against the wall. They'll run over it with vehicles. They'll treat their firearm like crap. And then after they put it through the torture test and the pistol starts to fail, the first thing that they say is, well, guess this pistol wasn't worth the purchase. Or they'll talk some sort of crap about the pistol because, after all, the pistol is the reason why it failed. It's not the fact that they threw it against the wall, ran over it with a car, dumped it in the mud, didn't clean it, put thousands upon thousands of rounds through it without singly opening it up, breaking it down once, actually scrub it out. They didn't lube up the metal on metal parts. Yeah, it's the gun's fault. It's not their fault that the pistol failed. No, not at all. So, how many channels have you guys seen this? How many times have you seen someone do this crap to a gun? Now, the part, you know, there's some people that actually do that just to show the reliability of it. And you're looking at it like, okay, but they don't talk crap about it. Like, no, this one went pretty good. This one got the way through it. I'm still not a huge fan of the torture test. For me, it was drilled in my head non-stop all the time. Take care of your equipment and your equipment will take care of you. And anyone that's actually been in real world combat in the military theater, or law enforcement, not so much, but in the military theater, where there are so many times throughout the day, their staff NCOs or NCOs will say, okay, it's firearms maintenance time, weapons maintenance time is what they'll always say. Why? Because it's a proven fact. If you take care of your firearm, it will take care of you. Because there's this thing called Murphy's Law, which basically means if anything bad can happen, it will happen at the absolute worst possible time. So you need to be ready for that. You need to be preventative, have preventative maintenance. There's a big word for you guys. Preventative maintenance to prevent anything like that from happening. So if you take a gun out, like I've seen one channel, take a gun out, say that they put about 25,000 rounds through it, saying they maybe only cleaned it 10 times, they threw it in the mud, threw it in the snow, and then they were done with it. They just threw it in a gym bag, and then they decided to take it out a couple weeks later, after it's just sitting in a gym bag, after it's been through all this hell and back, and they take it out to range, and then the thing breaks on them. Whose fault is that? Is that the fault of the gun, or is that the fault of the tactical gun owner? Now, the worst thing about these videos is that these tactical gun owners, Tacticool, TactiTards, we'll just call that the TactiTards, what they do is they try to make it look cool. And they'll tell you that you just don't really need to maintain it. This gun isn't as good as a Glock, because a Glock, you could just run it through and you never have to clean it. How many times have you heard that? Now, there's a couple big channels that say that a lot. You rarely have to clean the Glock. I can put through a couple thousand rounds through it and it'll keep going. You know, it's also proven that, I've seen it with my own eyes, that Glocks can freaking seize up because you don't freaking maintain them. Because usually 90% of the time when you're carrying a gun, it's on your body. Usually cover garments over, it's usually against your body, you're sweating on it. There's lint, there's crap, if you don't clean it, there's carbon, there's dirt, there's whatever gets into it. And that stuff can get caught in the little springs because it's a mechanical device, and it will 100% prevent the firearm from working. They will pull a Glock out, Glock, that's right, I said it, TactiTards, Glock out, the Glock perfection, which is not even close to perfection. They will pull a Glock out, and the trigger won't pull, and they'll squeeze it, and it'll be crunching and squeaking until it'll finally shoot. Why is it doing that? Because they didn't maintain it. Because they didn't take care of their firearm. Because it's a Glock. It's tactical. And you don't need to maintain your equipment because that's not the tactical way. The tactical way is destroying your gun, putting tons of thousands upon thousands of rounds through it, not maintaining it, and then putting it back in a holster, putting it away, not taking care of it, and expecting it to work at the worst possible time. Because that's the tactical way of doing things. Now, for all the hardcore Glock fans out there that are going to be sending me hate messages starting probably right about now, because I just called their favorite son and savior cultist worshiping icon their Glock perfection, you know, I just said it wasn't the best thing in the world. There's nothing perfect about the gun. There's nothing perfect about any gun. It doesn't matter if it's a SIG, doesn't matter if it's a Glock, doesn't matter if it's an M&P, doesn't matter if it's a HK, doesn't matter if it's a 1911, it doesn't matter what it is, a revolver, it doesn't matter. If you don't take care of your firearm, it will fail, because a firearm is a mechanical device, and it will fail if you don't lube up the metal on metal. You don't get rid of the carbon, you don't clean it out even every month, even if you haven't shot it for a month, you don't go in there and you clean out all the lint and all the other crap that's in it. It will fail because it is a mechanical device. Now, when it comes to YouTube channels that claim to be tactical and their entire name is tactical in front and tactical in the back, and everything they do in their video is tactical, you guys are not even close to tactical. A lot of these channels have never once a day in their life seen real world fight or seen real world combat. Most of these people, what they do is they specifically act cool. They act tacticool, and they consider that tactical. They live their life in a tactical fantasy world where there's going to be terrorist attacks in every different direction. They're going to need 5 guns in order to defend themselves, and they're going to need to throw guns to everyone else, and they need, you know, all this other stuff. They live in this fantasy tactical world. It's literally like a tactical cult, okay? These people obsess about tactics and training and shooting for speed. How many of the Tacticool expedition shooters have you seen rip the gun out as fast as they can just to show you how fast they are because there's a shot timer and it looks cool? A lot of these people do this stuff on the channel for one reason only: to get viewers, to get people to come and enjoy it, to watch it, and which is great, getting people to come and entertain your video. But here's the problem. When you start claiming to be an expert about tactics and real world tactics, yet you are this type of idiot and this level of idiot, people follow what you're saying. Okay, people will follow what you're saying, and people will try to follow what you say. People will listen to what you say. So if you tell them the Glock is the greatest gun in the world, you never have to clean it out. But if you believe that and you see them doing it, then the people, they go out and they purchase the same type of Glock model that you have. They will bring it, they will rarely ever clean it, if they ever know how to clean it. I know this from experience, working in a damn gun store, people coming in with a Glock that had an awesome paint job and stuff like that, trying to be tactical cool, they carry appendix. They want to get night sights because they don't like the crappy sights that the factory puts onto it. So we have to take the pistol apart, and you look on the inside and it's coated in carbon from top to back. And then he asks you right there in front of you, and he's had this gun for about 6 months. Oh, how are we supposed to lube your Glock? I know there's a specific way, but I've just never really lubed it. It's like, are you freaking serious? So you're telling me you've been carrying this mechanical device, you depend your life on it, but you don't even know how to freaking maintain it. People follow channels that do stuff like this. People follow the tactical channels that do this because they take everything these people say word for word, whether it's caliber debates, whether it's pistol debates, or whatever it is. They will take it word for word, and they consider these people experts. All these people really know how to do on these channels is dress cool, shoot fast, and try to talk like they're freaking operators. That's all they usually do. Most of them have never served a day in the military in their life, and if they have, most of the time what their job is going to be some sort of administration job, not an actual field job, not even an actual line job. Because I don't know how many times, you know, I've watched other channels. Like, if you want to watch some good channels, watch Clint Smith over at Thunder Ranch. Watch him. He will say the exact same things that I am saying. You have to maintain your firearm because your firearm will maintain you. I base my stuff on a lot of stuff that real world salty war dogs, along with myself, people have been in combat, have been in different situations, friends that I know been in really heavy situations that were lucky to survive. I base my stuff off of the stuff that they've learned, what I've learned firsthand from being a 0311 rifleman in a combat situation for 2 tours, which I've actually seen freaking combat and been in tactical situations, unlike some of these jackasses in their videos. People like Clint Smith are the people that you should be following, not the Tacticool channels, okay? Tacticool channels, all it's good for is bringing in views. People like to watch it, but the problem is people start trying to act like it too. And when our lives, that person's lives may specifically depend on their firearm that they carry on their body, their lives of their family, their children, other people, neighbors, whatever it is, when their lives depend on that, and they believe everything these tactical experts are talking about, these TactiTards are talking about, what's going to happen is, in a bad situation, if they ever do have to rely on that firearm, they're going to end up in the morgue. Because they believed every single thing that these tactical operators talk about. You know, a lot of people hate some of the stuff I do, specifically because I call out the idiots. Because there's a lot of idiots in the gun community. There's a lot of people that they specifically base off all their training on YouTube, where they go to training schools that push this stuff. How many, you know, I've seen videos. It's like a new thing now, okay? Like a new thing now. Getting on an unstable surface like a seesaw, no joke, getting on a seesaw with a Glock in your hand or with a AR-15 in your hand and shooting it from one side and walking to the other side when it falls down on you. Oh, I've seen another one where they had to spin around in circles as fast as they possibly can before they get onto the seesaw. And what happened on the video that I saw? He got on the seesaw, he was shooting, he fell, he spun, he flagged everyone around him and had a negligent discharge when he fell. There's nothing tactical about that crap at all. All that stuff is a freaking show. It is a show. And if you do that crap in real life, you will freaking die. Now, I saw this one other video where, you know, it's a big company out there, a big training academy out there. One of their new things they're teaching for one of their rifles courses is someone lays down on the ground. And then a person stands on that person's belly while shooting their rifle downrange. You know, I guess the reason behind that is if they're injured. I don't know any other reason why they don't want to do it. They want to put pressure on the one. But here's the freaking problem. If you were in a situation where you have a long rifle, it usually means you're going to be in a combat situation. If you're in a situation when you're in a long rifle, you don't want to be standing up, let alone standing up higher on someone on an unstable surface that could actually send you off balance when you're shooting. You want to be on the ground or behind cover. That's where you want to be. So a lot of people are teaching this stuff now And there's nothing tactical about it. Like I said earlier, there's a big difference between tactical and stupid. These people are not tactical. These people are stupid. In a combat situation, you are not going to be finding an unbalanced surface where your entire body is exposed to engage an enemy while incoming fire is coming. You are going to be behind cover or concealment. You are going to have the lowest possible profile. That's the tactical way, the actual tactical way of doing it. You need the lowest possible profile as possible. You don't rush the objective. I don't know how many people I see it when they rush the objective, when they move under fire now is what they do, is they sprint as fast as they can, their guns in their hand, they sprint as fast as they can and shoot, and sprint as fast as they can and shoot. There's nothing tactical about it. In that, we call that the Rambo charge in the military. When you have squad team rushes, say this is a line, they're going this direction, right? Can you imagine it? We're starting here and the objectives is up over here and you're pushing this direction. So what we do is one person dives down while the other one runs and starts pressing. Then he dives down, then he gets up, he runs, he dives down. That's what it does. It's called moving under fire, fire and movement. And when you're running in between, you say something in your head. I'm up, they see me, I'm down. If you decide to simply run across an open field of fire when you're getting shot at, the Rambo charge, it's not like Hollywood. What's going to happen is if you do their version, the Tacticool way of doing things, you are going to become a victim. You are not going to live to tell the tale. You are not. I'm sorry. You are not going to live to tell a tale. So for all these channels, they're doing ridiculous stuff like this, which violates safety rules, which would never happen in a real world combat situation. You guys need to tune out. If you want to watch them for the stuff you do for entertainment, whatever, but you cannot believe what they are saying word for word, because if you believe and follow every single thing that they are saying word for word, you are going to die. And I'm leaving it there. There's a difference between being tactical and stupid. These people in these videos are not tactical. If you like this video, like, share, subscribe, tell your friends about me. Remember, it's our responsibility to take care of each other and protect each other.